Us guys, we don't really get stuff like that. You know,
If you'd all rise, I'll call this common council meeting to order. We'll start this evening with the invocation by Diane Quantz. Thanks, Diane.
I'd like to just begin this meeting by remembering Jean Northerner, who passed away in the last week. Especially, I just want to bring to mind her love for bringing up leaders. And she was a founding member of the Kosciuszko Leadership Academy, which many of us have attended. But she also just took upon herself to mentor people and take time to talk with them, and was always willing to chat. And I think that we need more of that in leadership, of people willing to step aside from their own past glories and be willing to bring up younger people to take their place and to encourage people to become the best leaders that they can be. So I would just like to begin tonight by just in gratitude for the life that she lived and the service that she gave to this community, and especially to her contribution to those of us, especially women here, that are in leadership positions.
Thanks, Diane.
Okay. And then, Heavenly Father, as we come to our last council meeting of this month, we are filled with gratitude. We're grateful for being able to serve this city and the citizens of this city. We're also grateful for all of the businesses that invest within this community to make it a great place to work. And we thank you for all of the city employees that work hard day in and day out to make this a true community that people want to call home. So help us to remember, amidst all of the things that we might be complaining about right now, that remember all of the blessings that we do have by living here in Warsaw, and help us to do our best to continue that tradition of serving the people. Amen.
Thank you, Diane. Now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Seated. I welcome everybody again that's here tonight. Diane, again, thank you. The first item is the minutes from the November 3rd meeting. Looking for a recommendation and a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you.
And for the record, Jurgen Voss and Cindy Dobbins are absent.
Got it, thank you.
Again, welcome, everybody that's here. Reports oral and written. There's the October Fund Report. Lynn, any comments here?
I don't have any comments, but if anybody has a question, I'll be more than happy to try to answer it.
Thanks, Lynn. Questions for Lynn? Hearing none, we'll go to unfinished business. Plan Department. Justin, thank you. First item here is Resolution 2025-11-3. I think it's the fiscal plan. Thank you.
Correct. This was introduced at the last council meeting on the 3rd. Just ask for your approval of the resolution. We have to do the resolution prior to the ordinance for annexation. As a reminder, these are two parcels owned by Ideal Construction to the north on 15, right next to Tico Met.
If I remember right, including in the minutes, we are now at the final step and you're seeking approval for this resolution. Appreciate that. Plenty of steps.
It is a lot of steps.
It was,
isn't it?
yeah. So thanks for that, Justin.
It's only about
You helped
halfway
us
done.
out the last meeting. Are there any final questions here on the fiscal plan? This vote would be a final vote if you make the motion to vote.
I would make the motion that we accept the resolution 2025-11-03.
Motion to vote, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 5-0. Thank you. Justin, next item.
Yeah, so now we have the annexation ordinance itself. It has the same number as the resolution, but they're not the same item. They just happen to have the same number there. But if this is approved tonight, we would run the ad in the newspaper, and then the ordinance would go into place as of December 15th. So just to kind of give you an idea of the final stages of this process. So just following the steps there as outlined by the state. Any questions on that ordinance itself?
So tonight, this is first reading. If
This
it's
is the second.
second reading on this one, and then is there any further action on this one? I heard you
No,
talking.
this would be, once it's approved tonight, then we would run an ad in the paper to say what we had done, and then the ordinance would take effect 30 days later. So I was just giving a little.
Is that the remonstrance period,
Correct.
the 30 days?
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't follow on that. Now I do. Okay, appreciate that, Justin. So this is second and final reading. Any other questions?
I'll make a motion, we approve ordinance number 2025-11-03.
Motion to approve this ordinance. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks, Justin, for all your work on this. Next item. Jeremy, good to see you. What are we looking at here? It looks like a resolution here.
Yes, we have another resolution. This resolution's for the city council to approve the Warsaw moving consolidation of the Northern Central Economic Development Area amendment to plan. So basically what we're doing is adding to the existing plan, the acquisition of the bulk parking lot. In order for us to acquire any property, we have to have it added to the acquisition list within a rezoned area. So all this is doing is just adding that property to that list. Not expanding it, not changing any dates or anything, it's just adding that property to the list so that we can pursue acquiring. The redevelopment commission had its meeting earlier this month and approved their first resolution. And then went to the plan commission and approved their resolution. And that was approved in the plan commission. That goes back to the redevelopment commission in December, assuming they approve that and then start the acquisition.
Where's it located, Jeremy?
It's a whole parking lot, all from the
Maine and,
Corner of Maine and Indiana.
Maine and Indiana. Thanks for your work on this. We do have members serving on the council that also serve on redevelopment and plan. Any comments or any questions from the membership? Jeremy, this is a resolution, so it only needs one read and vote, and then, okay.
vote, and then this will go on back to the redevelopment.
Thank you.
So it came through redevelopment, now it's here.
It'll go back.
It'll come back to redevelopment, yeah.
We went from redevelopment to plan
Right.
to you and then
Yeah.
back.
Bit of a cumbersome process.
It's made its rounds for sure.
Lots of eyes on it. I think everybody agrees it's a good thing.
Well, I move that we accept Resolution 2025-1101.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Fire Department, Chief, you have a couple items here.
Yes, good evening. The first one is a transfer resolution for $7,200 from our local training support grant through Indiana Department of Homeland Security to our equipment replacement fund. So this was a grant that we applied for with Fire Territory to do some upgrades to our training center. So those have all been completed and we've been reimbursed, so it's just putting that money back into our account.
Any questions for the chief?
Hearing none, I'll make a motion that we approve Resolution 2025-11-02.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, second by Jack for the record.
I'll hesitate for a little bit.
I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 5-0. Next item, Chief.
The next one is another transfer resolution. This is for the Oracle grant for CARES. So it's in the amount of $18,780.22 for the operations of CARES going back into to our operating budget. Again, this is a reimbursement.
And you've done the same transfer several times this year?
Correct, yes. And I believe this is the last one for the Oracle grant, and we have one more for the FSSA grant. And the grant is done for CARES at the end of December.
Any questions on this request?
Oh, it's good to keep getting that money spent by the deadline. So I'll make a motion.
We're
to
back.
This is different money.
We're back, yeah, but, okay.
Resolution 2025-11-01.
I second it.
There's a motion and a second to approve. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Chief, before you head back to your seat or go home, again, thanks for your efforts and all that you're doing. I just had my furnace checked by a technician. It's starting to get colder. The fire department, any recommendations as we head into fall, winter, maybe even where we are with smoke alarms, any kind of detectors, any things that you ought, what,
Yeah, we have smoke detectors that we give away for free at each one of the stations, as well as carbon monoxide detectors. If you rent, it is up to the landowner or the landlord to supply your smoke detector for you. But we have plenty of them to go around, and more if you need some.
Okay.
Yeah, November, again, with fall, there's a big push at the Indiana State Fire Marshal's office for carbon monoxide. November is typically when people are turning on their furnaces and that. So
yes.
have it serviced by HVAC tech, and if you need us, call us, we've got people to come check it if you're not feeling well.
Okay, so any one of the three stations, a resident in the territory could come in and ask, request assistance there, okay? Thank you. I thought that. I just wanted to check with you. Thanks, Chief. Appreciate it. Next item. Director of Public Works, Dustin, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, so, attached here is asking the council for a transfer resolution from the street department's main budget. This stuff is salaries in the amount of $460,000, to go back into street repairs and maintenance. These funds became available, a couple different ways. So, we have been a couple employees down. We've been down a mechanic and another worker on the street. More so, finding the right person to fit the team, basically. So we've been a couple people down. Also, the weather wasn't completely horrible this year, so there's been some conservative on some overtime. And one other thing to conserve on that overtime that we've offered our guys is open up for our team to the opportunity to earn comp time. So a lot of guys, the value of having that time off has been a little bit more than the overtime dollars. So that kind of trade is close in this spot. So what we're asking is we'll transfer that money back into our work so we can put it back into somewhat pavement preservation program. Some dollars will go there. But we've been kind of for about the last month or so now, we've been working on a very unique opportunity with the railroad. As you know, they came in here about the beginning of October, middle of since then, we've been in contact and kind of partnered up with them, or trying to partner up with them on putting the vulcanized rubber system in instead of having the asphalt right up against the track. They're not gonna do it on their own. They're looking for some help and something to make this a lot better. But the recent MACOG study, we have almost 16,000 residents that live inside the city of Warsaw. That number that traverse on our roads during the day is more than double that. So the population of the city goes over 35,000, or around 35,000 people. So super amount of traffic. So this is kind of an opportunity that we haven't had before, but we're kind of finding that it's easier to work with the railroad than to fight them. Just to put it that way, to put it mildly. So, again, we've been working through some numbers. We're hoping to have some more, from them, more details from them here, but we've got some rough estimates on how that will work out. But right now, we're looking at doing Market Street and potentially maybe even Winona, if that would happen. So, again, White Center and Main are in good shape, if we can move that direction and potentially go back to this later. But a good example of what I've been talking about, if you're not familiar with it, is right down here on State Road 15 at Jefferson Street, where CFD, they put that in many, many years ago, and it's still in great shape. So, again, putting a little skin in the game to help out with that, but I think it will be something that's beneficial to the entire community for several years to come.
Appreciate your efforts with that, Dustin. I know Jeremy, you sat in on several meetings and just trying to work it out to target these different railroad crossings. And right now, Market Street has come to the top, and we just think with these grates, if we can cooperate and work with the railroad, that it'll be in the best interest of not only our jurisdiction, like you said, but also people that are coming into the city by day. So thanks again to Dustin and Jeremy for their efforts helping my office with the railroad. So.
Yeah, I've received several comments from people about how much they like it and wanting to know, can we do all of them? So this is a good start.
Right, appreciate that. Back to this request. Again, a lot of dollars there. Appreciate Dustin, the request, and then the use of these dollars in the near future, if approved. This again is a transfer resolution.
So would this money be used for street repairs and maintenance yet this year?
This it's gonna be a little late for some of that stuff to come in. We could buy some of the materials and stuff too, but most likely it would be, contracted work to be performed next spring. Yeah. Especially with the railroad, if we get something put together, with them, we're still working on a few keys. I did have a call with one of their supervisors this afternoon, talking to them about some timeline issues, but there's a few things to work out with that, but we hope to have something in the very near future, so we can at least encumber these dollars over that other ready to go for spring.
That was the word I was listening for, encumbered.
Any other questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-1105, I guess on the only reading.
All right, yeah. I'll ask for a second.
Second.
There's a motion to approve along with a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Dustin. Any other matters come before the board? Hearing none. Anybody from the audience? Okay.
I think it might be worth mentioning, I don't think I'm out of turn, that redevelopment has, and the city has effectively sold off the Marsh property.
Mhm.
There it is.
Jeremy, anything you want to say to the council? I know this has been a long
Been
haul.
in the works for some time, but,
Yep.
yes, late last week, we did close on the Marsh property. We're working on your property as well, so hopefully in the near future, we'll close on that. We are working on closing on the Alcan property as well, so hopefully they're already started work out there, hopefully the next, hopefully before the end of this year, we'll have the property all closed.
And I'll also add that during the course of the transaction, we had some conversation with the new owner, new buyer, and I was really impressed with his vision for that property. I think it's going to be pretty nice once he gets in there, and
Right.
he's not going into it blind. He knows he's going to have to put some money into the building, and I think he knows what he's doing. So I have high hopes it'll be a good thing.
A lot of work. Jeremy, Redevelopment Commission, countless others, and appreciate your comments there. Right now, let's get back to the buyer and the efforts that he's going to make to redevelop that property. So, thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Anything else?
I had a couple of remarks prepared, but it didn't come up on my screen, so forgive me if I rambled just a little bit here. I want to thank Councilwoman Quantz for her thoughts of Gene Northerner, longtime friend. Well, for me, a short time. 10 years is a short time to know Gene. But her and Mary Louise Miller both had a huge impact in the communities of Winona and Warsaw. And we've lost both of them in the last couple months. Both of them had huge impacts, both in their own way, different ways. Mary Louise and her husband Dane in supporting the community with so much of revitalizing Winona Lake and the projects they had, and of course Jean, her part with the that she played in local government, although not being a city employee or particularly part of the city, she was friends with many in the city, and they'll both be missed. They both have had a huge impact on this community, and I will miss them, and I'm sure many others will as well.
You know, you guys oftentimes hear me, and staff does. I want our community to be a community where you see neighbors serving neighbors while cultivating community. And again, that just can fly right off your lips. These two individuals are a reminder they did serve, and they were all about cultivating and growing community. And here we are. Now it's us to continue moving that direction. So appreciate, Diane, your thoughts and comments, and then here, Jack.
We are better
There it is. Yep.
for them,
Yep.
because of them.
Jeremy, can I put you on the spot with Union Station Lofts, how that's going? It's just,
Yeah, going for it. Obviously, I think they're trying to get the envelope completed before cold weather sets in, and then it'll slow down quite a bit with all the work. There'll be a lot going on. It's one of the things that goes up real quick, and you like to get excited, and then it sits for 3 or 4 or 5 months as they figure out all the internal, the plumbing, the electrical, all of that, the property and cabinet, all that will be done. But yeah, they're so far on pace, keeping up on schedule, starting to really take shape, starting to look good.
appreciate that.
Mill work should start here soon. We're still working on a utility pole we gotta get out of the way, but they're rare and ready to go too, so hopefully, start seeing that come out of the ground shortly.
Good. Thanks for that update. And speaking of updates, Another friendly reminder, our last meeting for this month, council, as we head into December, we will meet both of our meetings. We'll be in the council chambers here, but on the 16th of December, CORE will be coming in, and Phase 2, they call it, overhauling the heat HVAC for this area or part of the building. So we will be moving again to the Warsaw Police Department on December 16th. Not only council meetings, but all board and commission meetings will be held at the training center at the police station. IT and others have helped get the training center prepped, and so it won't look as nice as this, but they'll have all the laptops and everything set up. Again, I'll be the cameraman, and that ought to be entertaining at all of these meetings, but it'll be a 6-week time period, much needed, and then we'll be back in February as normal.
Wear
Can't
a
say the
sweater.
same about Lynn in February, but at least it'll be normal here, so.
I was gonna say, wear a sweater when we start meeting there.
It probably, yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
the police department will do the best we can to keep the temperature right, but it can be difficult at times, easier in the summer than it is winter, but I'll do the best I can to warm it up before everybody gets there, so. But yeah. Anything else?
Just for the public information, will all the other offices still remain here in this building?
Yes, there will be
Clerk,
announcements.
sewage, all,
So all of
building
the,
plan?
we plan to stay open
Okay,
and operate. Phase 2, obviously here will be easier. We can, all the meetings go to the PD. But once they go to Phase 3, which is Lynn, don't tell Lynn I said this, in February and early March, that side of the first floor, there will be great impact on her office, wastewater collections, CARES that's in there, in the office now. So everybody's gonna have to be patient, starting with our employees, but people wanting to do business as well will still be able to do it, but it's just gonna maybe be a different path or a different hallway or a different section to get to. If you wanna pay your wastewater bill or you wanna see Lynn, it might be a little bit different during her phase, and then poor Justin and his group, they'll be going up in March, April, maybe late March and all of April and the first part of May. They'll be in the plan department, building and plan, and that'll be about 6 weeks. The goal is, though, is to move all of those employees to the mayor's wing. And so Justin and I may be sharing my office, and I'll take the TV tray and you can have the big, the big couch, right? Okay, thanks, Dustin.
where you gonna sleep?
But that's see here, but they'll have to be really patient with us and head that direction. And then the last phase will be HR in the mayor's office, so, which I think will have
And
the
you can go out
least-
on the deck.
I'll be out on the deck, and it'll be in the summer, and I think our office will be impacted greatly, but the most it's gonna be plan and the treasurer's office. I mean, I'm more mobile, that kind of thing, and so everybody's gonna have to be patient, but it's needed, and Lynn has helped greatly with the financing and has taken us through all the steps to pay for it. It's still hard to wrap my brain around it, $1.7 million to take care of it. Scott's help with the legal matters connected to it, so, but that does start next month, so. Thank you. Anything else? 7:30, not bad. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. We are adjourned. Thank you.
You can give me a chance to say no.
Oh, staying here all night?
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Appreciate you sticking around, coming tonight.